Oh boy.
Split.
Split.
Oh shit. You've never seen a bookie with a part-time job, my friend.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Hassan's Hits. Did Sean Strickland get robbed last Saturday night? Now, hang tight with me here because we're going to get to the bottom of if this was actually a robbery or if Dricus Duplessis did deserve to get his hand raised. I want you guys to first understand that in order for something to be a robbery, the fight would clearly have to be won by one party or the other. You can't just say someone got robbed if it was a super close fight. That's number one. Let's go into this as if it's a scientific breakdown of this fight. So in round one, I feel as though Sean Strickland clearly won that round. Duplessis didn't do enough to win that round. However, he did have 2 takedowns and 30 seconds of control time. It wasn't like he was a sitting duck. Now in round 2, Dricus Duplessis clearly wins that round because he gets 1 takedown and he also wins the striking, advantage over Sean Strickland. Now I'm gonna get into the total strikes thrown, the significant strikes, all of that, and break that down a little bit later on in this video. So round 2 clearly goes to Dricus Duplessis. Round 3 is where we have a bit of a conundrum. This was the toughest round to score. This round is what really sets, either man apart in this fight. You have the third round, Sean Strickland edges Dricus Duplessis in the striking department, and Dricus Duplessis does not have a takedown. And so why is it that Dricus Duplessis got this round over Sean Strickland? I'll get to that in a second. Let's go to round 4. Round 4 is clearly won by Dricus Duplessis. Not only is he super close to Sean Strickland in significant strikes for the round, but also he gets 3 out of 5 takedowns for a total of 1 minute and 28 seconds of control time. So in my opinion, it is a clear-cut round for Dricus Duplessis. Now, remember, if you're going into the 5th and final round in this fight so far, you might have Dricus Duplessis up 3 rounds to 1. And so in the 5th round, it is a clear-cut round for Sean Strickland. He threw more strikes, he landed more strikes. Now, let me get into why I said the 3rd round is very important in this fight, and also why we have to look at, significant strikes and, the meaning of a significant strike. You have jabs. If you guys watch this fight closely, Sean Strickland is in a Philly shell. He's throwing jabs. And of course, if you throw 15 jabs and, stinging jabs and it's landing, it's going to do some damage. However, it's not a hook. It's not a strong body kick thrown from Dricus Duplessis. It's not a takedown that is worth more. It's a jab. And so when you look at these significant strikes, know that a lot of these strikes are jabs. Whereas Dricus Duplessis might be whiffing on a lot of these, overhand rights and, these hooks and body kicks, but he's landing them and they should be worth more. Now remember that. Also, a takedown is worth more. If people out there want to change up the rules to MMA and make a takedown worth less, and they want to make jabs worth more in the total strikes department, feel free to do so. However, under these rules, yes, the judges got it right. And I wanted to come back to that round 3 because it is a razor thin round. It's super close, and the total strikes thrown and the percentages are very close when it comes to, you know, Sean Strickland and Dricus Duplessis. Dricus Duplessis comes up short in total strikes thrown and the percentage. However, he's throwing strikes that are worth more. He's throwing body kicks. He's throwing overhand rights that when they land, they should be worth more than the jabs that Sean Strickland's throwing in that round. If you're in a Philly shell and you're throwing jabs most of the round, and this guy's throwing overhand rights that almost have you, you know, stumbling back to the cage, and, you know, he's landing these body kicks and low kicks, it should be worth more. And he should have won the round, in my opinion. I do believe Dricus Duplessis won this fight. You know, it was a close fight. Sean Strickland, you know, did his best. He did a great job, in my opinion. It was great, you know, game plan. However, if you watch the fight over again, there's a reason why I believe it was after the third round. Eric Nixick is telling him he has to do more. He has to come forward more. He has to throw more. He can't just keep sitting in this Philly shell and throwing jabs. He has to do more. Because Sean Strickland, even though he was throwing these stinging jabs and he was doing a great job with that Philly shell and checking some of these kicks, he just was not throwing hooks. He wasn't throwing body kicks. He wasn't throwing head kicks. All of these are strikes that Dricus Duplessis was throwing, and they should be worth more. Dricus Duplessis got 6 takedowns for a total control time of, you know, 2 minutes. That should be worthwhile for him. You can't just say, oh yeah, he got 6 takedowns, but come on, like, you know, Sean Strickland won the fight. Like, that's not how MMA scoring should go. And so I believe Dricus Duplessis did do enough to win this fight. I believe he won 3 rounds out of 5. And, you know, clearly looking at this fight, I just don't see how people can watch this fight and come to the conclusion of Sean Strickland should have won or he got robbed. In my opinion, the best scenario for Sean Strickland in this fight would have been if it was a draw. I just don't see him getting his hand raised or winning this fight. And like I said, it comes down to that third round. And that third round, those strikes that Dricus Duplessis threw were worth a lot more than the jabs that Sean Strickland was throwing. You know, let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate it. Peace.